Alright, we hit 2 goals this morning. One was the snooze button, 2:45, goes off and don't hit it. Get up out of bed. We made that happen. And then leaving the house at 6 or 6:30. And that happened as well. So we're here at the job. We're getting things lined out. I got to put my overalls on to get up underneath the place, and we got to check on this floor that we're going to have to go underneath it and reinforce it and do something with it. So we'll just have to see. That's the floor right there. I think what ended up happening is there was a leak from the AC at some point. Rotted that floor out that was underneath. There was carpet in here, and so they probably never saw it. We got our overalls on, and we're getting our flashlight, and we're going. That thing right there is really handy. And that's the area we're going to go in, and we have to basically get up underneath that area right there. Not a big problem. I've already been up underneath this house. Always exciting being underneath. See that black pipe right there? That's a gas pipe that's been run. They abandoned the galvanized, which is awesome because then I don't have to pay for it to be redone. And what we're looking at is that right in there. Always good to carry a knife with you, and you want to test and see the integrity of your wood. That stuff ain't looking real good. Definitely not right there. So we're at least 12 to 15 inches back. We'll go in there, cut it out. And great thing is we got that floor joist right next to it, so we'll have something to brace up against, and we'll make it happen. Good thing is you always want to get underneath the house first thing in the morning. That way the day only gets better from here on out. Put a bunch of sheetrock mud up. We're getting that to where it's going to be smooth. Carla's putting some tape up. Painting, we're changing out receptacles. Making it happen. We got some food in the microwave right there, cooking up. Yep. Ooh, look at there. That's looking pretty good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And here we go. Water heater time. I was hoping to get by this week without having to spend any real money. Of course not. So we're in the process. Tomorrow morning we got to change out a water heater. That was $400 before tax. Then a couple other items and whatnot, and then some paint at this other place. You know, it just keeps on going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. It's a gift that keeps on giving. You just don't never know when that money's going to stop as far as what you got to put into it. We're going to do texture tomorrow, water heater. We got some paint. Where did we put that paint at? Oh, good. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's that paint right there. Everything's hiding. This is the big reason why you have reserves. You never know when something's coming up that you're going to have to put some money into. And, you know, I allot, as far as calculation on water heaters, if it's brand new, it's $10 a day. If you buy it and it's, we'll say 5 years old, then you better figure $20 a month is what needs to be put aside for when it needs to get done. You know, I've had this house for 3 years. These people have been living in it for 8. And, you know, when you get right down to the end of the day, and we just did a rent increase as well, this is a people business. And, you know, you want them to feel like they're getting something for their money, so to speak. And that's what I worry about the most. You know, turnover is your biggest enemy, in the sense that when you do that, you know, like I've had a property that's been over a month now. Thankfully, it's a duplex, one side. It's not quite making the payment on it, and but it, you know, it's not as bad as I got a house that's vacant. Well, great thing about it is that I don't owe any money on it. So, but, you know, every month that goes by, that's lost rent. You never get to go back and double charge for 1 month. And so once that money's gone, you never get a chance to get it back. And see, we got best girl right here. We're going to go get some crab legs and some royal red shrimp and some gumbo and corn and potatoes that have got cooked and everything like that. It's been a long day and I'm ready to eat good. Mom's last day here, and then she's going to be adios, amigos. All right, today was a good day. We hit our goals. Got up at 2:45 and got out the door at 6:30. You know, and then I always accomplish something because I make my bed every morning, so I'm doing something before I even get out the door. I know it sounds trivial, but those small wins are extremely important. The thing is it's not so much as ending up being a multimillionaire, but it's the habits that you create, the person that you become on the road to becoming a multimillionaire is what is important. And it's easy to get wrapped up in the dollar or the end-game goal. But if I concentrate on what it is that I'm doing today, right here, right now, you know, the other thing that I do is I evaluate what it is if I did not hit my goals that I wanted to make happen for the day. Ask myself, what is it? You know, one of the biggest things to help with activity is to leave the phone in the truck, you know, and I get Carla to set her phone like at 9:30 a.m. and then I'll go check the phone, return any calls. If I have anything that I need to take care of, quote unquote, during business hours, then, you know, I make those calls first thing in the morning. And you would not believe how much more productive I am. It's pretty amazing. And if I bring the phone in, it dings or it beeps or whatever it is, and you know, I'm gonna stop and answer it. You know, if I hear it buzz because I got it on silent or whatever, you know, it just makes it a whole lot easier having it in the truck, because then I have to put forth more effort to go to it. Just the same as, you know, I have what I call a stash account, which is a high yield account, pays close to 5%. And that's where I go and stack my cash at. And the thing is that it's on the other side of town. There's only one branch, and I do not have a debit card and no online access to that. So I physically have to go by there, drop the check off, put the money in there, and then if I go get it, it better damn sure be a good reason, because it's at least an hour and a half out of my day. You know, it's about 35 minutes across town to get to it, 35 minutes to come back, you know, so it's almost an hour and a half, and usually it's in the middle of the day, so traffic even worse. So there you have it, you know. You know, unfortunately, Mom is headed back home into North Carolina, and I hate that, but we had a really good visit. Thanksgiving was phenomenal. She and I enjoyed a lot of good ones. Had, you know, some good food tonight, so it's been a good thing. And in a week or two, I'm going to go up to North Carolina and look at a piece of property. It's got about 300 feet of river frontage. Ultimately, I want to end up with a piece of property up there so I can go spend my summers, and then I have my house in Pensacola and I can spend the winters down here. And that's kind of, you know, what I'm looking to do. I am getting more involved with the stock market, ETFs, mutual funds, things of that nature. Real estate's been very good to me. However, it is labor intensive. The returns are much higher than the stock market. That's all there is to it. You know, and I can still make decent money from doing owner finance on some properties. Matter of fact, I had somebody that started on that venture with me today. They made their first payment with the down payment, and I'll take that money and put it into an ETF so that that down payment will start compounding. The problem with doing owner finance is this. You get the cash flow for 20, 30 years, okay? But you don't get the appreciation of the property. And then, to a certain degree, you make less money, but you also have less hassle, you know, and I'm not having to pay for insurance. I'm not having to pay the property taxes on it. I'm not having to pay for the AC, for the new roof, for all of those things, okay? So then that puts it into a situation where, you know, there's some pluses and minuses. The thing about it, though, is that I do have to look at it and remain conscious of, I'm 53, okay? 30 years from now, I'll be 83. Right now, I think I'm a 60-40 favorite to live till I'm 83, okay? The last thing you want to do is outlive your money, you know? And having talked with somebody that, you know, they basically planned on their money running out in their 80s and they ended up living to 104. Yeah, that was a rude awakening for them. And they had no idea that, you know, can you imagine retiring at 60 and still being around for another 40 years? You know, so a lot of times people say, well, it ain't gonna make a difference, I shouldn't start now. Well, yeah, you should, because you really don't know how long you're gonna be around, you know? So my whole thing is I just want to get a second income that'll pay for a nursing home, and, you know, 20, 30 years, you know, if I make it that far without needing to go into a nursing home. And so, you know, people don't think about that. Long-term care at this point in my life, buying it, that insurance, I don't think it's a wise money that I would put into it. I could actually be investing that money and doing a lot better with it. So there you have it. Hope you have a fantastic day.